everybody, this is Caitlin here and welcome to this week's vlog video. In particular, this vlog is actually going to be sort of like, it's kind of hard to say because it's not exactly like a tutorial, but it's more like a kind of insight into what I use in particular to make my drawings. Like some people have been asking me in the past, oh, what do I use? Like, do I use digital? Do I like traditional draw? What kind of pens do I use? What kind of paper do I use? Blah, blah, blah. All the different things in terms of how I create my art or whatever. So I thought I'd make this quick little vlog. It's not going to be a very long one because there's really not much to say about too much, like going into too much detail or whatever about what I do, because it's fairly simple what I do. So like I'm not like one of these people who has like an overly complicated process. I think, well, in my opinion, it doesn't seem overly complicated, but I don't know, maybe different artists have different like ways that they do their little drawings and everything like that. So I'm just gonna give you like a quick little oversight into all the things that I use or whatever, the things like I've got in my arsenal, my drawing arsenal and whatnot. So it'll be quite a quick video and I'll give you like a little explanation as to why I use certain things and whatnot. So we will just have a little look over to my desk then and see what I've got on the desk for drawing. So this is actually the desk that I usually do a lot of my drawing from. It's actually kind of handy because it's one of these desks that can fold into my bed and whatnot in case I just want to like clear a little bit of space and everything. You can see the start here of a little Genji drawing that I'm starting to draw. This is meant to be a dragon, but I need to fix the lining of this and whatnot. So in terms of what I do, I mainly start drawing traditionally. So like I always have like a little bit of white paper, whatever, that I draw on and everything, like just standard pencil. I have like a preference for these pencils. I'm not quite sure if they're like a particular make or whatever. They say Scribble on them. But I really like these pencils because they're really nice to draw. Also, they're kind of handy because they have the times table written on them. Not that I usually like need to do the times table a lot, but I just found that neat. So I usually buy these pencils, and because they feel good to hold or whatever, and like I do like the kind of outcome with the scratching and whatnot of the pencils. That's why I use these pencils. And over here, you can see I've got like 1,000,001 black inky pens. Now, if you've never seen these pens before, I'll do a little close up here so you can see it. I don't know if it'll show up in the camera. These are Uniball Eye fine black ink pens. These are what I do to create my little line arts, whatever, with my sketches. So once I've sketched it out and I'm happy with the final product, I will use these kind of pens to ink it. Now, I go through these, like, I could go through maybe 10 a month if I'm on a really good drawing spree for a month, whatever. It just depends. Literally, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 right now. I quite like these because they're quite handy in that if you hold it up the right way around, the ink will show you how much you've got left in the pen, which is really handy so that you know when you need to buy more or whatever. And I also like just how inky they are. Like, I really like the inky. They're almost gel pens, but not quite gel pens. So I quite like them for that. And obviously I've got like, oh, it's falling to the ground. I've got my ruler here for when I need to try and draw straight lines, whatever. Obviously, pretty standard. Got a rubber, got a sharpener and everything like that. These pens I use in particular, say if I'm going over quite a lot of black in like a certain area. So say I'm colouring in certain black areas or whatever. So they've got like 3 different kind of finessities, if you could call it, for blacks, but I don't really use these too often because mainly these cover the majority or whatever of what I'm doing. And then you might be wondering what this little thing over here is. This is actually my pen for my surface over here. So I use this if I'm ever, mainly it's just for doodling, like because my surface has like a kind of like a basic paint system or whatever, so it's nothing as fancy as say Photoshop or whatever, but sometimes if I want to like doodle out like the baseline of an idea or whatever, if like I'm trying to get the full line out before I actually draw it on this, I'll maybe sketch up like a kind of like prototype version on my surface, like to work as like a reference like between my surface there and like my paper here. I just prefer drawing on paper. I know a lot of people like love to use the graphics tablet and everything like that, but for some reason I just have a connection drawing onto actual paper and whatever, so that's what I prefer. And then also I sometimes use these if like I'm doing any kind of certain watermark or whatever on one of my drawings or whatever, so that's kind of handy to do it on the surface. This is my little camera set up here that I have whenever I do speed draws. Pardon the weird looking monkey that sat there, it's from Phantom of the Opera. But this is kind of like what I do when I record my speed colors and my speed draws. I have it hooked up to my laptop down there, which is sitting underneath my surface. So I will do my best to try and get the best camera angle I can for coloring or drawing or whatever. For digital colouring, my laptop here has Photoshop Elements Pro, I believe is what it's called. Adobe Photoshop Elements Pro. I really need to try and get an updated version or whatever because it is kind of starting to slug down a wee bit. This laptop is like maybe on its last legs and whatnot because it is quite an old laptop. So I am going to hopefully, fingers crossed, look into trying maybe get either a new laptop or whatever, or I would prefer to get an actual just PC, or like a working PC that would be good for gaming and also for colouring and live streaming and all that stuff, so I can maybe do more extra work for the channel and everything like that with video editing and blah blah blah. My Surface is also kind of handy because that's unrelated to drawing really. The Surface is also mainly what I use to edit videos and whatnot, so that's the main powerhouse here. You can see it here. If I lift it up a little bit, you can see it. So that's my Surface. If I can lift it up. So that's my Surface. You can see me recording. Hello in the camera there. And this is my external USB. This has usually got all my stuff for like references. It's got like all my artwork that I've ever done in it. It's got a Monica sticker on it because it's so cute. So that's all the things that are usually in there. I've also got like a load of references from Force of Will for like different artwork and stuff for when I'm making thumbnails for videos. Just FYI if you didn't know that. And in particular, whenever I'm doing traditional stuff or whatever, under here, you don't get to see this on camera or whatever, but these boxes, all three of them are filled with pro markers. So these are the pens or whatever that I use in speed colors in order to color in traditional stuff and whatnot. So they're kind of ordered in a specific order. The small one is like my newest pen, so ones that I have just bought and I've not used yet. And like to try and determine how much ink's left in. The middle one are ones that I've maybe used only once or twice, so like the ink isn't like brand new, but you know, it's still pretty new. And then the bottom box is stuff that I've used quite a lot and it's like starting to run out, but you know, it's still got like a little bit of ink left, so like, and then it'll go to the bin afterwards. So literally all of these boxes here are filled with pro markers, except that kind of silver case at the bottom, that's actually full of Force World cards. All of that is for colouring pens, and obviously I've got my Kingdom Hearts mouse mat over here connected to my laptop or whatever for when I need to colour in on Photoshop and everything. And then other than that, I've got like a little lamp here, which is kind of handy for like if I've not got enough light in my room or whatever and I can't really see at my desk or whatever, so that's quite handy to have. And I've got like my little docking station here for my iPod for when I just want to listen to music while I'm drawing. You know, it's very inspirational to do that. And pretty much that's all I have here in terms of my kind of setup for drawing. I'm trying to think. And when I buy prints or whatever in order to like sell at conventions or whatever, I usually use a website. I did used to like make them at home myself, but I went through so much ink, it just was not cost effective or whatever. So that's why I usually send away to get my prints done. But, you know, I always traditional colour here, and I make my own stickers and everything like that with my ink laserjet printer and everything like that. And also, like, I'll bring this down here so you can see it. This is where I keep, like, my traditional coloured stuff. So I still got, like, a load left over from DeeCon there. If you remember there, I was at DeeCon the last weekend there. So I've still got a bunch left over, but we've managed to clear up a lot of space in the folder, so fingers crossed maybe the next convention I go to we can have even more fun artwork in there. I'm not quite sure what the next con I'll be vending at or whatever it is, so now time to cut back to me in the lovely Galaxy wallpaper. Hey there guys, well I hope you enjoyed that video. Sorry if it was a little bit short, but really there's not really much to tell in terms of what I use in terms of like drawing and colouring and all that. It's a pretty simple process. Well, it's simple in my eyes anyway. I mean, different artists have different ways of drawing and everything like that, which is quite nice. I like that everyone has their own style, they've got their own technique and everything like that, and I think that's quite neat in terms of being artists and everything like that. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought of my setup. Is there anything in particular you would like me to draw, or if you'd like me to record and speed color / speed draw for the channel? I'm always taking like, if you have any suggestions like from different anime, video games, Force of Will characters, all that stuff, I'm always taking it on board and everything like that. So until next time guys, I will see you all later.